What's up, everybody? We're back in the rec room. It's your boy Tony the Brick Whisperer. Got some new equipment. Got myself a new ring light. Check out the new microphone. Hopefully, we have a better quality of audio. Before we dive into our Christmas sets today, remember I have no sponsors. Lego's not giving me nothing. Bricks and Minifigs Avondale hasn't given me nothing. This all comes from mine and Mrs. Brick Whisperer's collection. So we are going to dive right in and get all as much as we can knocked out. Well, for this video, only a few sets. So let's start off with boom! Set number 40337, the micro scale gingerbread house. So this set was originally, pardon me, bless you. Mrs. Brick Whisperer's in the back having a sneezing fit. So this set was originally released as a gift with purchase, or GWP. This was released on the 1st of November of 2019 and only had a very short lifespan of 2 months because it retired at the end of 2019. So, what do you say we dive in? Here we go. Alright. So, here we go. We're going to try to get this sorted as we build. Kind of a daunting task in and of itself, but you've seen me do it before. We can do it again, I promise. You will see a wardrobe change because the original person that owned this was very eager to get rid of it, and I think I figured out why. It's because he had the wrong jumpers in there. Jumpers are little 1x2 plates with only one stud in the middle, for those of you that do not know. And while building, I started getting frustrated. I saw that I just didn't have them. I had the wrong ones. And to make matters worse, I mean, you see the drawers full of parts. I didn't have them. So big shout out to my coworker Daniel for helping me find those sets at work. He was able to find those pieces. I was able to get them the next day. And I was able to finish this the next day. But all in all, it only took me 45 minutes to build. So. And then on top of that, most of you are familiar with it. We have ourselves some brittle brown. So yay, we get one of those. But that's alright, because we are not going to let brittle brown stop us. For those of you that watched the previous episode, you see all of my brick-built ornaments there in the back. So, again, now, as I've said, we love Christmas here. We decorated the entire house for Christmas already. We decorated, I believe it was like the first few days of November. And as such, now I'm starting to get some of these Christmas sets built. Some of them are getting displayed throughout the house. But at the moment, that's not really an accurate statement. Because at the moment, they're just on the... I don't know what you would call this piece of furniture by the front door. But that's where everything is at present residing. So we'll see where everything else goes. Because Mrs. Brick Whisperer, boy does she spoil me, let me tell y'all. Mrs. Brick Whisperer spoiled me with 3 more Christmas sets in the last couple of days. And so, let's face it, as fast as I'm cranking these videos out, I better get a move on because I've got some sets to build. Alright, so we're done with the first floor. Oh, and this is where I realize that something is broken or missing, and a quick find, get back to it. Have me some iced coffee. Believe me, it's amazing. while they are not a sponsor, let me tell you, Black Rock Coffee is absolutely amazing. My wife got me onto it, and I don't think I'll go anywhere else for coffee. I absolutely love this stuff. So it's at this point I find that I do not have the correct jumpers, but we're going to keep going as much as we can. And there's the wardrobe change. At this point, I now have the correct parts, I have the correct jumpers, but I ended up finding that there were a few pieces I did not have. So I just did a quick color swap and continue to drive on. And unless you're an absolute professional at this, I can't imagine there's going to be very many people that know exactly what was color swapped. But if you can figure it out, please drop a comment. Let's see if you're correct. Alright, so right now we're getting the other half of the roof taken care of. Finish up the chimney. And there she is. The beautiful microscale gingerbread house. And also because of the Christmas sets, I decided to change up the backdrop a little, make it look a little more wintry with the white background. So we are getting there. Excellent little build. Can't wait to get it out with everything else, all the other Lego Christmas set decorations that we are putting out. But because we just did the micro gingerbread house, what do you say we knock out, boom, set number 10267, the gingerbread house. The gingerbread, I absolutely love this set. When I first saw it, I wanted to get it, but at the time, I only thought, hey, I only collect Star Wars sets. So it is what it is. And while Mrs. Brick Whisper is absolutely excellent at finding me spare parts, one day she had purchased a whole bunch of spare parts from someone, and in it came the majority of the gingerbread house. So I was able to find what was missing, and now I'm able to get it knocked out. So what do we say? We get this thing built. Here we go. Alright. So let's get this moving right along. Now you see everything is already sorted. There is a reason for this, because in the almost 2 hours that it took me to build, I had snapped one of my brittle brown parts, which pretty much brought the whole thing to a standstill. But then on top of that, when I went to move all of the data from my camera to my computer, it did not record any of my build. So I had to take what was already put together, take it apart, organize it on the desk, and start all over. And wouldn't you know it, because it's brittle brown, surprisingly, I was able to get it to only where one piece broke. It was a very simple piece to replace. So, hey, let's get this thing cranking. So again, another absolutely awesome build. One thing that we did with this, I mean, you see the gingerbread people there right next to my tablet, and I had ordered parts that were missing. One of those parts was the little 1x2 tile that you see the gingerbread man holding down there, which is a baby gingerbread man. So I continued to get everything acquired. I'm at work one day. Wouldn't you know, I found another. So, hey, these two, the gingerbread man, gingerbread woman, they are now parents of two little gingerbread babies, which makes my wife that much more giggly and giddy because she sees one in the little baby carriage and one on the little rocking horse, and she thinks they are absolutely adorable. So some information on this set. This set was originally released on the 1st of October of 2019, and it actually had a fairly decent run. It expired. Need more coffee, Tony? Need more coffee. It retired on the 31st of December of 2021, so a little more than 2 years, and it had the recommended retail price of $100. So one of the things that I loved about this set was all of the detail that they threw in. Because while, yes, this is an upscaled version of the micro set that we had just watched, let's face it, one, they have a snowblower, which is comical. There's a Christmas tree. There's gifts. They got the baby carriage, a rocking horse, but more importantly, on top of that, the entire house has an interior. So you have your living room, you have your kitchen, complete with a family portrait. I haven't gotten there yet, but soon you're going to see me build the stockings that they hang on the fireplace. And in a little while, you will see the light element that will get added, and I will be showing that one off. In fact, when building this one, I ended up finding that my batteries had died. I tested the light brick before installing it. The light worked. I would imagine it was probably the last bit of juice that those batteries had, because after I had gotten it all built, I tested it and it didn't light up anymore. So I had to disassemble part of it. Pull the light brick out. Do a quick test, make sure I didn't build something wrong. Okay, I built everything right, and it's just not working. So another big shout out to my lovely wife, Mrs. Brick Whisperer, who is such a good sport when it comes to my Lego hobby. She's in the back giggling. But there was a need, and she was quick to fill it. Let's get those batteries. And I think the battery showed up within 24 to 48 hours. It was nice because I had another light brick available, so I was able to do a quick swap, and things were good to go. So if I am not mistaken, this particular set had 5 bags, I think. Don't quote me on that. And I want to say that what you're watching right here is the first 2 or 3. So I had already built all of that, and that's what you saw torn apart at the beginning of the video. And so there you see, right there next to the chair, you could see the stockings hanging from the fireplace. You have the little kitchen there, the little family portrait. Sorry, gingerbread baby number 2, that you're not in that particular family portrait. We'll just say that you weren't around for this particular one. So the roof elements you see me putting together right here. In my opinion, these were probably the most stressful part of the build. I had built this last year for Christmas. No, I take that back. Not for Christmas last year, 2 years ago, when we were still in our previous residence. And let me tell you, it was a little hair-raising trying to get the brittle brown not to break as I was putting the roof together, because it always broke. So I was constantly replacing those parts. So in shooting this video, putting the roof together, I tried so very hard to keep my hands steady, take my time, and I think that's probably why it took me almost 2 hours. But that's neither here nor there. So I just had a thought occur to me and why I did not think of this before. I don't. Okay, so what I was just doing was I was taking a look for a particular part. Pardon me. So as you see, I am presently building the second floor. One part of the second floor is going to be the bathroom, complete with bathtub and toilet. And I was going to be funny and put in a little 1x1 reddish brown ice cream element in the toilet, if you catch my drift. I had done the same thing for one of the West Valley brick builders at Bricks and Minifigs Avondale. He had put up this huge, almost like Coney Island looking build, and he had shown me that you can open some of the buildings and take a peek inside. And so one of them was, a public restroom, and let's just say I left him a present. It gave him a good laugh. I just don't have the ability to do that for this one, but that's okay. What? I was just putting chocolate in the toilet. Mrs. Brick Whisperer is now just back there sitting on the couch, rolling her eyes, telling me I'm disgusting. Okay, moving on. Let's get the bedroom built. There's the little baby crib. So far, everything has been going smooth for me with these roof parts. And believe it or not, it's the last roof part that is probably the most stressful part of the build. So as I'm getting all of this taken care of, I am very meticulously trying to put it all together so that nothing breaks. So at this point, there are 3 roof sections to go. And so far, none of them have broke. So let's keep that going. All right, 2 to go. We're getting there. And I love the icing and gumdrop look that they did for the roof. Looks very, very cool. So here comes that last roof piece. This is it, folks. Putting it together was no problem. Attaching it to the house, on the other hand, it's on there. It didn't break. Success. Now we throw up some candy canes with the street sign. And we're going to call it a wrap. So there you see one of the baby gingerbread on the horse, the rocking horse. I'm doing a full 360 on this. Why? So I can show off the interior. So there's the interior. There's the whole build. I absolutely love this set. And here in a moment, we're going to show off the fireplace, which runs all the way through and through. So you can see the fire when you light it up from both sides. And there it is. Probably one of my favorite parts of the whole build. What an amazing set. It's one of my favorite non-Star Wars sets. Absolutely loved it. I can't wait to get more Christmas sets knocked out. I'm hoping to get some taken care of over the next few days. So we'll see. But first, speaking of Star Wars sets and Christmas, I get to combine both of them, y'all. Why? Because, boom! We are getting to build set number 40806, the Gingerbread AT-AT. What a fun set. Let's just go. I'm speechless. Let's just go. All right. So here we go. How awesome was... Now, a lot of people love this Gingerbread Darth Vader. What a lot of people did not realize was even his cape looks gingerbread. Now, on the packaging, it shows Darth Vader holding a candy cane. But in the corner of that same packaging, it shows him holding his red Sith lightsaber. I think they missed an opportunity here. He could have been holding a candy cane lightsaber. So take a wild guess what I did at the end of this build. Oh yes, I made that happen. So this Gingerbread AT-AT was released on the 1st of October of 2025 and has not yet been announced as to when it's going to retire. With a recommended retail price of $60, not a terrible set. It's a little small, but I think it's fun. I think it's going to be even more fun as I have the Gingerbread Darth Vader marching in front of the Gingerbread AT-AT as it's on its way to destroy either the Gingerbread House or the Christmas Village or something. Something that, the evil Empire would do. But take a look. They even went all out and they made the interior like a gingerbread house. There's a little rug in front of the fireplace with stockings hanging on the fireplace. Okay. Well done, Lego. Very well done. So let's get the head of the AT-AT knocked out. And hey, you cannot have a gingerbread AT-AT without candy cane side cannons. So, like I said, what a fun little set. So I was asked recently, I don't remember by who, as to how tall the Gingerbread AT-AT was. And at first I did not have a good answer. I kind of just put my hand over a desk and, yeah, it's like this tall. Yeah, I way overestimated that. Because the Gingerbread AT-AT is only about 9 inches tall. Oh well, what are you going to do? And like the micro gingerbread house, the Gingerbread AT-AT took me approximately 45 minutes to build. Thankfully, with AT-ATs, things can get a little repetitious with the legs, so I was able to just fly through that. Let me tell you, I am so thrilled that I was able to get a Star Wars set built. And it's not sitting in storage. Because there's another Star Wars holiday set, the Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama, which is presently sitting in storage. Somewhere. Amongst the bins and bins of taken apart sets. So we'll get there. One day. Alright, so now the AT-AT can stand. Now it's time to put on the sides. One fun little touch, thank you so much, Lego, was the Christmas lights on the side. Now, I have mentioned in previous videos how I enjoy doing some light kits. I foresee a light kit in this Gingerbread AT-AT's future. Alright, so now we just got to get the rest of the sides completed. Bear with me, folks. We're about a minute away. And onto the Christmas lights for the one side. Still got to do the other. Alright, here we go with the final side. Let's get everything attached. Here come the Christmas lights. And Christmas lights attached. And there you see Darth Vader with his candy cane lightsaber ready to go and do Empire things to a Christmas village or gingerbread house. I don't know, maybe we'll have some like fun Elf on a Shelf type shenanigans. Who knows? So some fun builds. I absolutely loved every part of this. Everything's made of gingerbread. I mean, y'all saw last year the gingerbread men that Mrs. Brick Whisperer and my daughters built. Well, I had acquired another of the same set, so I knocked them out as well. So now we'll have 6 gingerbread men for the Christmas tree. Question is, what additional Christmas sets to build next? So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe I'll have Mrs. Brick Whisperer come in here and actually say, hey, let's do this one, and let's do this one, let's hold off. And, let her make the choice. So hey, with all that, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. Share this with your family. And share this with anybody you know that loves Lego. With all that being said, Thanksgiving is around the corner. I hope you all have a great week. And we'll see you when we see you. Y'all have a great one.